You ever feel like you're not getting the most out of your workouts? It might be because you're screwing up the order you're doing your exercises in, but don't worry because I got you covered. Today we're going to chat about why choosing the right exercises at the right time is so important, so stick around because you are not going to want to miss this. You might think the order in which you perform exercises is just a minor detail, but it turns out that it can have significant impact on your results. I'm sure you've been told whatever you train first in a session gets the best training effect and yields the most gains. And you know what? It made sense because you're doing the exercises with least fatigue. You're fresh, ready to go, and you can perform at your best, providing the best stimulus for muscle growth or strength. So for hypertrophy, you can say that the ideal strategy was to start sessions with exercises targeting the muscle groups you care about most. If you want bigger biceps, you start with curls. For overall physique development, the rule of thumb was to start with compound exercises like squats, deadlifts, and bench presses. By placing these first, you ensure that the crucial movements get the best training effect with the highest performance, leading to maximum muscle growth across your body. For strength, the same principles apply. The first exercise in your session was the one that would see the greatest strength gains. A bench press performed first would yield better strength improvements than if done later in the session after fatigue has set in from other exercises. But it turns out that may not be the case. Listen to this. A meta-analysis by Nunes 2020 looked at 11 studies examining the effects of exercise order on both muscle hypertrophy and strength. Wait till you hear what they found out. For muscle growth, they found no significant difference. In other words, no matter the exercise order, the muscle growth was essentially the same. This is good news for those of us who like flexibility in our workouts. It means we don't need to stress too much about the order of exercises and can focus on other important factors like training closer to failure, volume, and consistency. However, even though the analysis did not show a significant effect on hypertrophy, we definitely should not go into our workouts all Dukes of Hazzard style. And I'm going to tell you why. But first, let's talk about systemic fatigue. This is the kind of fatigue that affects the entire body, making you feel out of breath and causing various muscle groups to tire out. To manage systemic fatigue, it's wise not to place all your highly fatiguing exercises back to back. For example, if your workout includes squats, leg press, and leg curls, a more efficient order might be squats, leg curls, then leg press. If you go straight from squats to leg press, which I'm guilty of and learned through trial and error, the fatigue from the squats could significantly impact the performance in the leg press. This could force you to take longer rest periods, reducing the time efficiency of your sessions and potentially compromising the overall training effect. Managing fatigue effectively helps maintain performance across your sessions, ensuring each exercise gets the attention it deserves. Now, another crucial factor when it comes to managing fatigue is whether or not to lump multiple exercises together for the same muscle group or spread out the exercises. For instance, doing bench press followed by dumbbell flies, lumping these two workouts together can be time efficient because your muscles and joints are already warmed up, which is going to reduce the need for extensive warm-ups for the second exercise. However, here's another way of looking at it. Spreading out exercises for the same muscle group, like doing bench press, then rows, then dumbbell flies, can enhance the performance on each exercise. This way you're fresher for each movement, potentially leading to greater volume load and over time, more muscle growth. Mobility can also play a role in exercise order. Certain exercises can double as dynamic warm-ups, for others improving your flexibility and range of motion. So here's an example. If you're doing calf raises before squats, the calf raises can help achieve better ankle mobility. That better ankle mobility will allow you to squat deeper and get better stretch in your quads. This enhanced range of motion can contribute to more effective muscle growth. So, while typical train of thought is to do larger compound movements first, incorporating mobility enhancing exercises early in your session could provide unexpected benefits. Now, there's something I want you to avoid at all costs, and that's allowing your fatigue to spill over into other workouts. The ability to navigate through fatigue management is so important. When managing fatigue, you have to take into consideration so many factors like age, training age, intensity of the workouts, exercise selections, and so much more, which we'll probably do a video for that in the future. But for now, let's stick with exercise selection since that's what this video is about. Now, imagine you're tackling lateral raises and squats in the same workout session. If you do lateral raises after squats, your shoulders might be too tired to perform optimally or even lift heavy weight. However, if you reverse the order and start with lateral raises first, you could enhance the shoulder performance without compromising your squats. Now, I know it's a different way of thinking, but it's going to allow you to maximize the effectiveness of your entire workout. Now, when it comes to structuring your workout for strength gains, whatever exercise you prioritize in the beginning of your session tends to yield the best training effect for strength. So if you start with bench press, expect greater strength gains in that movement compared to doing it later. For those serious about strength, placing the most important or lagging list first is the best thing you could do for your gains. Fatigue management is even more critical for strength training. Unlike hypertrophy, which focuses on managing volume load, which is the total weight lifted over multiple sets and reps, strength training is primarily concerned with the maximum weight you can lift. Fatigue spilling over from one exercise to the next can significantly impact your ability to lift heavier weights, which is going to directly influence your strength gains. So, spreading out exercises that target the same muscle group across sessions is generally more beneficial. This approach is going to allow you to lift heavier in each exercise, leading to greater strength and improvements over time. There's always an element of individual preference and psychological factors to consider. Some people find that doing too much work before demanding exercise like squats make it harder to get into the right mindset and perform their best. But you know what my answer to that is? Pop in some Wu-Tang Clan, Protect Your Neck, or Master of Puppets from Metallica, and just make it happen. In fact, drop a comment below, let me know what your favorite song is when it's time to lift some serious weight. But back to the science of it all, it might just make more sense to start with those demanding exercises first, even if it means sacrificing some performance on the later exercises. So what's the bottom line here? Well, I want you to listen up because I'm going to summarize all this for you. For hypertrophy, avoid lining up exercises that cause systemic fatigue back to back. Spread out exercises targeting the same muscle groups to keep your performance high and your volume load optimal. Try using isolation work that boosts mobility before big compound lifts to improve range of motion and muscle activation. Now, watch out for that fatigue spillover, especially on full body workouts. Experiment by placing small isolation exercises before larger compound movements to see how it affects your overall performance. Also, don't hesitate to adjust based on how your body feels and responds, ensuring your workout remains effective and enjoyable. Now, when it comes to strength training, I'm going to do the summary for you as well. It's best to start your sessions with the exercises that matter most to you. This way, you're hitting them when you're at your freshest. Also, try to spread out the exercises, targeting the same muscle groups throughout the workout. This strategy helps minimize fatigue spillover, so this way you can lift heavier weights, which is important for building strength. Now, while these tips give you a good framework, remember that your personal preference and psychological factors are just as important. Everybody's body responds differently, so listen to yours and make adjustments as needed. Finding the right balance will not only keep you motivated, but will also help you maximize the benefits of your strength training sessions. If you enjoy videos like these, or you want to talk about some Wu-Tang Clan, please like and subscribe to the channel.